Hello, today I want to do an update, maybe more like a take two video on these Tonahutu, I guess you pronounce them, Tonahutu, basic Amazon type water stones. I've done a video on these stones already, but in that video I sharpened one of these Walmart type knives and I wasn't really impressed with the edge I got off it. So I'm going to try it again, and this time I'm going to sharpen this Duratech, which is an 8CR13MOV steel, allegedly. I have no reason to think it's not. This knife's very sharp already. My goal here is just to see how, a little bit of how these stones perform. I've already kind of done that in my other video, but mostly I just want to see what kind of final edge they get, because again, I wasn't happy with the other edge on the knife. So I'm most interested in the final result on this, not on the journey, but I will comment on how the stones are doing along the way. So because this knife is wickedly sharp already, here's a look at the edge it has right now on it. I don't know what that was that I did. I can't remember. I'm not an amazing freehand sharpener, but I get decent results, and my edges aren't always the prettiest, but that's my skill level. So I'm just going to dull this a little bit. I'm not going to try to totally just flatten the edge out. I'm just going to make it so we know that it is dull. Do a couple swipes here on this finer diamond. Oh, that's painful. And a couple on the ceramic. Let's see if it's dull. Not cutting anything really. I think this is very dull, so we'll give this a shot and see what happens. So just got to soak these for a little bit. The instructions usually say 5 to 10 minutes. Again, I've reviewed these stones already, so you're welcome to watch that if you have more curiosity about kind of what they're about or anything. But I'm just going to give that maybe 15 minutes, we'll see. And we'll be back. Minute and 30 seconds in, and that's what the bubbles look like now. So they're slowing down. Again, we'll give it a few minutes. I'm not in a hurry. This is where we're at 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Still bubbling. I don't think 5 minutes is enough. 12 and a half minutes. Looks pretty good to me. There's still some tiny bubbles coming off there, but I think that'll be good enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Okay. Again, I'm not super interested in the process, just I am a little bit, but I'm just going to start on the 1000 grit side and see what happens. 2 reasons. I didn't really like how the 400 grit felt. It's really sticky, slurry. So reason number 2, I also think 1000 is coarse enough that it'll work, but we'll find out. If it doesn't, then I'll go backwards a little bit. This stone holder did not come with this stone. It came with one of these bamboo things. So I'm just using one upside down, plus this stone holder gives me about the right amount of clearance. Looks like it's holding water okay. So 1000 grit side. Let's see what we can do. So the stone feels quite hard. It's not releasing as much nasty slurry as the other side did when I was doing my testing, so that makes me happy. Switch sides here for a minute. Pretty much have a burr on that side, so let's go back to the first side and see what we got. So it feels like metal pieces are getting dug into my stone. A couple of those last swipes, I'm going along this fine, and then it feels like thunk, like I hit a piece of metal embedded in there. So probably my burr came off in there and did get embedded. I don't know. I don't have any way to see it. Have any of you experienced that? I've only ever felt it on these Amazon type stones. Just give it a little rinse and see what happens here. Flip my stone around while I'm at it. Yeah, I think we're pretty close. So I'm not feeling any problem now. I think we got it. Okay, moving on. So now moving on to the 3000 grit side. In my overview or review of these stones, I mentioned I don't think these are really 3000 and 8000 grit. I think all of these grits are 1000 or less, but here we go. So this side does feel harder than the other one I just was on. I think we have a burr on this side. So I can finish up here again. You can hear how coarse and gritty that is. There's no way this is 3000 grit. Look at my edge so far. Not sure if you can see it. Again, I'm not the best. I get decent results. I'm bad at making it look pretty. Again, this 8000 side is very gritty sounding. There's no way it's 8000. King 1000 is much quieter even than this. And less coarse and bumpy. This is very coarse. Not sure how good of an edge we'll get off this thing. Fairly confident I'm not gonna like the edge this leaves on here. My main goal is to see if it works, to see if a person could get a usable edge off this stone. This is what the edge looks like. I don't know if we're gonna be able to see it very well. Just try it on this regular notebook paper as I usually use. Not bad, it's a little rough. It's leaving a little bumpy cut, but it is sharp. Not really doing anything with my arm hair, which is very typical off these Amazon stones. I usually cannot get them to shave my arm hair. It's just a basic Sharpel strop with 4 micron CBN emulsion. The strop usually works pretty well, so we'll try it and see. Really going light now. My first 2 passes were kind of medium. Still feeling a little tiny bit of drag here, so. No drag there. All right, let's see what we've got. Try the tip. Sometimes I miss the tip a little bit. See if this will shave. Yes. Not the best shave ever, but it is shaving. On my scale of sharpness, I say shaving reliably and cleanly is a 5. I would give this a 4.9. Just not quite pulling the arm hairs off the way I like, but it is very sharp. So these Tonahutu stones do work. They do create a sharp edge. I think it's a rough edge. But if that's all you had, I would recommend you buy a regular coarse diamond plate of some kind to do the rough major reprofiling and rough work. You get these for under 20 bucks off Amazon. And I recommend a regular strop, not the ones that the set comes with. So toss that or cut it up or have fun knife cutting time with it. Get any kind of regular strop and some good compound, and it'll last you a long time. Thanks for watching.